What's up, guys? Ace, and I'm back with another video. This video honestly is going to be kind of different. This is going to be a story time video, and honestly I don't have no idea exactly what I'm going to talk about yet, but whatever comes to mind I'm just going to speak about. So story time. Let's talk about how how I lasted 21 years without losing my virginity. Okay, so this is going to be kind of, I'll try not to be detailed and I'll keep names out of it. But I think this would be kind of crazy for a video because who wouldn't want to know that? And plus the title, everyone's going to want to see. But so before we get further into the video, make sure you hit that like button, the subscribe button, and make sure you guys keep on commenting on these videos, share, and let's get out to every single person. So story time, how did I do 21 years without losing my virginity? And you might get some tips, you know. Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm 24. I'm no longer a virgin. That is nothing to be praised about because that's, you know, a terrible, not even an accomplishment, but I just want to be real. But how I lasted so long. So let's just say, okay, so me being a person of, at the age of like 14, 15, 16, I kind of got really into my faith, like really into being a Christian. So I knew that for me that point of losing my virginity was something that I felt as though it was really one of the biggest things you could ever do. That's the biggest thing. Once you do that, there's no coming back. But as long as you didn't do that and you could do a whole bunch of other stupid stuff, you would still consider pure, and that's far from the truth. You know, everything else is considered impure too if it's not of God. But how I did 21 years. So I wouldn't say it was easy the first part of my years. It was very easy. The reason why it was very easy the first beginning part of my years is because I literally, like, from 14, like until like 16, 17, girls weren't really attracted to me. So it was kind of easy to be able to just get through those 16 years because no girls wanted to speak to me. But not in a boastful ways until like 17, 18, 19, I started becoming, I guess, attractive to specific women, I guess. But let's just say during that hardest time, 17, 18, 19, one of the tips that I could say I could actually give all the guys out there, and maybe the young ladies if they switch it up, on how I was able to get that far, was that I called every young lady that I knew, attractive or not, in my church or outside my church, I called them my sister. So that really got me super far because every single time I would just see them as my sister. So when I text them, it would be like in a sisterly act. It would just be like, hey, what's up? How you doing, sis? And it would always be that. And that made it even easier for me to be able to get through that far, get through without, you know, having those evil thoughts inside of my mind because I seen all of them as my sister. You know, now going a little further, what happened was I stopped doing that. And that was my failure. I stopped calling these individuals my sisters or seeing them in that way. It was no matter who it was, at my job, whatever, everyone's called my sister. But then when I actually ceased and stopped, that's when things took a full turn. And I started seeing women through a negative view. So that kind of messed me up because now I became this guy who just was so selfish and just so self-indulged that all I really wanted to do was please my flesh, and that was not good. Obviously not good at all. But and that happened until like the age 21 when I actually did, 21 or 22, when I actually did you know, had a moment when I lost my virginity. But one of the, you know, honestly I could say most people say one of the greatest things of their lives, but for me, I feel as though it was something that should have waited. But during that time, like I said, story time, I was able to hold off for that long, you know, for a few years. And I know now it's become more difficult because I have bitten a piece of the fruit. So now it's hard to not have my eyes open to what is being seen now, and now I have more of a battle. But I can say to you guys, the reason I was able to go that far and that long was because I was able to switch my perspective. Number one, switch your perspective. I seen everyone through a different light, and because of that, I was able to keep my mind intact in a purified way. And honestly, what really kind of messed me up too, those late night texting. Late night texting, guys, please, and even that's something I'm still learning up to now. Those late night texting leads to no good. You do not talk about scriptures during late night texts. You do not talk about scriptures during late night texts. You do not talk about how hard your job was during late night texts. We all know what those late night texts leads to. So that's something, the fact that it enlightened me. Those are things that needs to be put restriction on, how you view people. Late night text messages, if it's outside of everything like work, school, everything, don't text me late at night. And yeah, that's how I was able to last. I was able to last because I viewed them in a different way. But now it's, obviously it's complicated for me now, but that's no excuse. That's something I should work on. But that was my story time on how I was able to stick to being pure. But make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and hit the new video. There's one of the videos gonna be here or here. Subscribe, and watch the next video. Love you guys.